everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be on first aid kits and how to properly stock one, whether you're in a sports medicine setting, maybe backcountry, backpacking trip or something of that nature. So I'm going to go through one that I have prepared for a sports medicine setting, sports team wise, and then we'll kind of break that down and go into some of the stuff of when, why, and what you should put in yours. So it's going to be a great episode of the Medical Minutes. Thank you for stopping by. Alright, welcome back. So for first aid kits, my number one thing is that I have a couple different types here. There's a soft shell case one that I'll usually use for a lot of my indoor sports. That way I don't have to worry about the elements, rain, snow, even extreme sunlight, something like that, having effect on the items inside this. I learned that one through trial and error, having a couple of sports teams return med kit after a rain game, and everything inside was ruined. So the soft shell ones I try and keep for my indoor sports versus my hard shell one I usually will reserve for my outdoor sports. Number one thing that I keep in all of them, regardless of the type, is my emergency first aid stuff, meaning CPR, shield, so that no matter where they are, if you're a coach with your kid, if you're on a boat, if you're in the backwoods and someone needs CPR, you have the ability to do effective CPR. Other than that, then a lot of it is wound care related. So I have some sterile gauze that obviously are individually wrapped, so they can rip them open. They have a sterile item to either wipe wounds and or apply ointments and things of that nature. I like to put in heel and lace pads, basically a piece of foam. It's got some Vaseline in the middle. Athletic trainers, we use these when we're taping ankles and taping joints that might have a friction point. But you can also use these for other things, just maybe inside like a shoe insert or anything that you may want to pad. If they bruise the top of their hand, you can put it on top of your hand and then wrap it, and it provides a thin layer of foam but a little bit of cushion against force and things of that nature. Moving on, some type of cleanser, wound cleanser. So this is hydrogen peroxide, which is okay. We don't usually use these for wounds so much anymore. I'm a bigger fan of something like a cinder suds, which will debride the wound as it cleans, and or just an alcohol, like a 90% isopropyl alcohol, which will burn. I get it, but it's a very effective and good way of cleaning a wound. I do keep this in there though, however, because hydrogen peroxide, when diluted, is actually good for oral injuries. So, if an athlete, in my case, has some sort of a cut inside their mouth, I can spray a little bit of this into like a cup, put in water, and then they can rinse. They can rinse with it, and then they're kind of cleaning that cut. So hydrogen peroxide, believe it or not, is good when diluted for inside the mouth. Of course, I have a couple different types of Band-Aids. All right, a lot of them are for the fingers. Sometimes the bigger patch ones for turf burns and abrasions and things like that. I like these. These are for nose plugs. Okay, they're kind of just a roll of cotton. They can kind of go up the nose. If you have a wide nostril, you can kind of bend them first and then stick them up. And when they expand, they tend to stay in a little bit better. If you have a really tight nostril individual, sometimes you take the Vaseline from the heel and lace pad, put a little bit on there, and then they're able to kind of go in a little bit easier. And then, not to get too long-winded here, but some type of cohesive tape. So this is a tape that's really good. It sticks to itself, but not to the skin. So wrapping padding on, it's really good. Wrapping over Band-Aids, it's really good. And then some form of athletic tape. So this is going to be more of a supportive tape for your sprains and strains and things of that nature. I also have in here our bloodborne pathogen. So, pair of gloves, or multiple pairs of gloves, I should say. Pair of scissors, and especially in um, sports setting, if there's a medical emergency and we do need to get at the chest for, we'll say, like an AED scenario, we can cut the shirt with or equipment with the scissors. So a good pair of shears that are sharp. Okay. Um, and then, I mean, I still have in here these breakable ice packs. These things really, I don't recommend these instant ice packs anymore. I've moved away from icing a lot of the injuries. You can check out one of the other videos there on heat versus ice. A lot of the research is moving away from icing injuries in general. But for now, I still have some of the instant ice packs on there. Ice is still the best analgesic or pain reliever that there is. So if an athlete or an individual, gets stung by a bee, for instance, that may just hurt. There may not be much of an injury there, but if they're in a ton of pain and need something for the pain, the ice bag is there for if they need it. And then, actually, in most of them, I have hand sanitizer, just typical cleaning up, either cleaning the scissors after you use them, cleaning your hands after cleaning a wound or putting on a band-aid. So always a good idea to have some form of just hand sanitizer in there for cleanliness purposes. So whether it's a soft shell kit, whether it's a hard shell kit, those are some items that you may want to put in yours. If it's a backpacking trip, remember about weight. Weight is really important. So then you may want to just pick out like a few of these items: the CPR mask, the gloves, maybe that cohesive tape, and the hand sanitizer. So you can just have minimal weight but effective items. Okay, so that's a short little video. Obviously, I have my medkit mountain over here, but that's basically all I got. So thank you for stopping by. If you're interested in any more of this, please check out my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.